Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hollywood Joe from Hollywood's World of Sports, coming to you today with what I call Hollywood's Hot Topics. And this one's an interesting topic because it's something that I've wanted to see happen for a long time in WWE, and it never happened at the right time, but it's happening now. On this most recent episode of Monday Night Raw, Uh, AJ Styles was taking on Damian Priest, which is a part of the ongoing story slash feud between AJ Styles and Edge, and Damian Priest happened to join forces with Edge. This story has been going on since before WrestleMania, and the match happened at WrestleMania with Edge winning uh, with some help from Damian Priest. And, this past Monday, AJ Styles took on Damian Priest and defeated him. Well, after the match, they had a beatdown, and out of nowhere, Finn Balor came to save AJ Styles from Edge and Damian Priest. Why is this so interesting? Well, if you know your pro wrestling knowledge and history outside of WWE, you know that Finn Balor is the one that founded Bullet Club. And when Finn Balor left Bullet Club, AJ Styles became, the leader of the Bullet Club. And it was several years ago on a WWE Premium Live event, I believe it was TLC, that the Demon Finn Balor um, took on AJ Styles in a one-on-one match, which was a last-minute match because it was supposed to be the Demon versus Bray Wyatt, and that obviously didn't happen. But when that match happened, a lot of people were hoping that a feud would start, or um, a partnership or alliance would start with the two, and it never really happened. After that one-on-one match between the two, nothing ever came of it, which is really disappointing because here we are now, and now it seems that there is an alliance between the two of them. And my problem with it is I feel like it's 3 to 4 years too late. And people might be wondering, well, why is it too late? Well, for obvious reasons, the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, are no longer there. They have since moved on to Impact Wrestling and have made appearances in AEW New Japan. So the problem is there's no extra components. Um, my vision, and I think this is the vision that a lot of people had, is when Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson were in WWE. A lot of people wanted AJ and Finn to be with them like all at the same time. The four of them never really interacted together. Either it was AJ Styles and the Good Brothers, or it was Finn Balor and the Good Brothers, and you never got to see a story with the four of them. And I don't want to play armchair booker and whatnot, but my vision would have been when the four of them were in the company together, there could have been an awesome story with all four of them, together as a faction. It could have started off great. They could have feuded with everybody and anybody. Then it would have been a cool story to see, AJ and Finn fight over who the leader was and who was in charge and who was responsible for their success. And it would have been cool to have a story where they feuded over, you know, who was the real leader of the club at the time. And it would have been cool to see where Anderson and Gallows, would have aligned themselves. It could have been one epic story, but for some reason WWE never went that direction. I don't understand why. Um, Especially when you had NXT going. Like, how cool would it have been to see the four members of the Undisputed Era versus Gallows, Anderson, Balor, and Styles. Now, I know we got a little taste of that with, um, Undisputed Era and AJ, Gallows, and Anderson. But if you would have added the other components, it would have made it that much more monumental, that much more special. I don't know what's going to come of Finn Balor and AJ Styles. I don't know if they're going to align together or what the story is going to be there, but I feel like it's a little too late because, like I said, the components, the pieces, um, the great story that could have been isn't there, and it's never going to be there because let's face it, guys. If you were successful on the independent scene or another big promotion before you got to WWE, there's a good chance that you're not going to get signed by WWE. I think the days of WWE signing independent wrestlers and talent from other promotions is kind of done with. They want to develop and build superstars on their watch. They want to do it their way. And so I don't think you'll see Gallows and Anderson come back. Um, it's just not going to happen. So, like I said, it's cool as this whole idea of AJ Styles and Finn Balor teaming together or forming an alliance. I think it's a little too late. I think they missed the opportunity, 3 to 4 years ago when the WWE was loaded with guys that they could have had monumental matches with. Um, that opportunity has passed them by. So while it's cool that Styles and Balor might be teaming, I just can't get excited about it because there's really no clear direction for them to go. And so, um, again, a little too late in my book. Um, it's just something that's been on my mind since I saw Balor come out and rescue AJ from Edge and Damian. I mean, that's great if you want to do Edge and Damian versus Balor and Styles, but outside of that, I don't know where else you go. So, let me know your thoughts. I'd be curious to hear what you think of a possible alliance between AJ Styles and Finn Balor. So, with that being said, my name is Hollywood Joe from Hollywood's World of Sports, reminding you as always, controversy doesn't come without criticism.